Jeff Lynne is more than just the lowest profile member of the Traveling Wilburys. Over the course of a 25-year career, Lynne has played 60s power pop with the great English cult band The Move and headed up one of the biggest arena acts of the 70s, Electric Light Orchestra. Lynne devoted himself to production for much of the 80s, but now he's emerged from the studio with a solo album due out next month called Armchair Theatre. So let's get to know this guy just a little bit better.
He used to front the Electric Light Orchestra, where he wrote a string of Beatlesque hits that almost made him a star. These days, he's more prominently unknown as the least familiar Traveling Wilbury, and as the producer of both the Wilburys album and the albums of Wilburys. That is to say, George Harrison's Cloud 9, Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever, and Roy Orbison's Mystery Girl. These days, it seems like everybody wants Jeff Lynne to produce them. He even got a call from Axl Rose.
Axl did phone me one day, and he said that he'd like me to help out on something, but I've never heard from him since, you know, which is strange. It was about 2 months ago. But, Axl, well, let's get moving on it.
So what is it that Lynne gives people that's so in demand?
They get sort of a very true reproduction of themselves, without any kind of glitter or tinsel on it, you know? It's like they're sort of brutally flat, the recordings, you know? They're dry. I don't use any echo or reverb on them. I try and make them sound like I would like to hear them sound if I just bought the record. Them big and up front and, you know, just exactly as I'd like to hear them as a fan.
Fans of the Traveling Wilburys will be happy to know that the band, with the exception of the late Roy Orbison, recently spent a day or two together, which is about all they need to put together an album.
Everybody's a songwriter for a start, and everybody plays guitar, so when you sit around in a circle, you can't help but come up with a tune. Somebody will start it off and go ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding, and somebody else will join in and go ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding. And before you know where you are, it's a song, and sometimes they only take like 10 minutes to write, you know? Some take even longer. We just wrote about 9 million songs in about 20 minutes the other day.
9 million?
Yeah.
Lynne later confessed that the actual number was only 14 songs, still impressive. Lynne's latest project is a soon-to-be-released solo album entitled Armchair Theatre, produced by who else?
I was producing George Harrison, actually, on his album Cloud 9. And Warner Brothers just said to me, would you like to do an album for us of your own? And I said, yeah, I would, yeah. I'd love to. But it took me a while to get around to it because I had to do quite a lot of other things in between.
Those other things have sold millions upon millions of copies for his better-known friends. As for his own work, Jeff Lynne is quite optimistic.
93 million copies, #1 all over the world, and on the moon, and in... no, just for people to enjoy it, that's all. I've got no ambitions to be famous and a big star. I never have wanted that, you know. All I've ever really been interested in is doing music.